everybody? It's JT Sportsman back to you guys with another video. This video I'm here with my Green Bay Packers versus San Francisco 49ers NFC Championship game preview and prediction. Now, before I begin, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, upload NFL videos and college football videos daily. So in this game, we have the NFC Championship game between the 49ers and the Packers. Now, the last time these two teams met, I believe it was Week 11 or Week 12 on Sunday Night Football. The San Francisco 49ers, basically, they came, they saw, and they conquered. Now, I know a lot of Green Bay Packer fans are going to be topping down in the comment section talking about the postseason and the regular season are two different things. Yes, they are. But if you are a coach in that Green Bay coaching staff, you're going back and you're rewatching the film of what went wrong in that game and what adjustments you have to be able to do. Because there's no way you can get blown out and you can just disregard that and say the postseason is a whole entirely different animal. I understand the narrative, but a blowout is a blowout, right? I can understand if it was a close loss or something like that, but the Green Bay Packers just got absolutely manhandled by the 49ers. The 49ers just looked like they were the better team than the Green Bay Packers on offense and defense. Green Bay, they couldn't run the football. Aaron Rodgers got sacked 5 times. And, I mean, they basically struggled to move the ball down the field on this 49ers defense. And the San Francisco 49ers on the offense side of the ball, they basically had little to no resistance in scoring touchdowns and moving the ball up and down the field on this Green Bay Packers defense. So, if you're a Green Bay Packers fan, I can understand the narrative of you saying that the postseason and regular season are two different things, right? But at the end of the day, the Green Bay Packers coaching staff, if they are a good coaching staff, which they are, they're going to go back and rewatch that game, rewatch the film of what went wrong and what adjustment they have to be able to make. So, one big adjustment that Green Bay has to be able to do if they want to be able to win this game is they're going to have to be able to run the football. This is a running football team. Although you do have Aaron Rodgers, who is one of the best quarterbacks of all time, right? One of the best quarterbacks of this decade, he still needs a running game. Because if you're going to ask Aaron Rodgers to sit back there and try to win the game throwing the football on this 49ers secondary, good luck, Charlie, because I don't think that's going to happen. If Aaron Rodgers has to sit back, drop back, and throw the football 40 times against this 49ers defense, you're not going to win this game. I don't care how talented of a quarterback Aaron Rodgers is. I don't care how good Devontae Adams is. I don't care how good of an offensive-minded staff that you have in Matt LaFleur and the coaching staff that they have on the offensive side of the ball. If you have to throw the ball more than 40 times to win this game, or at least I think even 30 times, you're not going to run this football game because you're playing into the strength of this 49ers defense. And the strength of this 49ers defense is their ability to stop the pass. You got all those pass rushers. You got D Ford, you got Nick Bosa, you got DeForest Buckner. You also got Richard Sherman in the secondary. And if you're in the Green Bay Packers, you need to be able to run the football. Now, you can come to this mentality, right? And maybe you fell at running the football, right? And you end up suffering the same fate the Minnesota Vikings had. So if you're the Green Bay Packers, you have to be able to run the football. We saw what happened to Minnesota last week when they were unable to run the football and they had to rely on Kirk Cousins to win the game for them. Now, I'm not saying Kirk Cousins is Aaron Rodgers or anything like that. I'm just saying when you're unable to have success running the football on this 49ers defense, you're putting your offense in a tough hole, asking your quarterback in this passing game to have success against the 49ers. And I believe the 49ers have probably the best or second best passing defense in all the NFL. So if you're Green Bay, you're going to have to be able to run the football. That's the number one thing you have to be able to do. Also, on the defense side of the ball, you got to be able to stop George Kittle. George Kittle ate the Green Bay Packers alive the last time these two teams matched up. Now, I don't know what's the game plan is going to be for trying to figure out a way to stop George Kittle. You might not be able to stop him at all, but you can at least slow him down because the last time you played, George Kittle went absolutely bonkers and he went crazy. He's going to be stopped. So I know the 49ers have other weapons, but listen, you kind of have to neutralize the playmaking ability of George Kittle and neutralize the role that he has in this offense. You can't allow George Kittle to go for a big game like what he did and the first time these two teams matched up. Now, what do the 49ers have to be able to do to win this game? Well, I think it's pretty simple. You run the football, you don't turn the football over, and you stop the run for Green Bay, and you force Green Bay to beat you throwing the football. The strength of this 49ers team is their ability to stop the pass. Now, this 49ers coaching staff is really good. And so is the Green Bay Packers coaching staff. But I think what separates the 49ers coaching staff from Green Bay's coaching staff is the attention to details. When you watch a 49ers interview from one ahead, either the head coach, the assistant coach, or a coordinator, they always talk about the attention to details. They always emphasize the little things. And that's anytime a team puts emphasis on little things, such as penalties and things like that, that is the definition and the sign of a well-coached football team. The 49ers are a well-coached football team. So if you're Green Bay, if you want to be able to win this game, Matt LaFleur and his coaching staff, they're going to have to be able to outcoach the 49ers. Now, they outcoached Seattle and they outplayed Seattle. I think it was a mixture of both. They outplayed and outcoached Seattle because anytime it comes down to third down situations and you're unable to get your defense off the field, I think that comes down to coaching. I think third down, specifically in football, comes down to coaching. And Matt LaFleur and that Green Bay Packers coaching staff, they were able to outcoach that Seattle Seahawks defense, and they converted on third down. They were 9 of 13 on third down, I believe. Seattle could not get Green Bay off the field. So if you're the 49ers and you're this defense, you're going to have to figure out a way to get this Green Bay Packers offense off the field on third downs, because a big reason why Green Bay won that game was all the success that they had on third downs. And at the end of the day, the difference between winning and losing most of the time comes down to your ability to get stops or convert on third downs. Most of the time, if you convert on the majority of your third downs like Green Bay did, and you're able to keep drives going, you're going to end up winning the ball game 90% of the time. So if you're the 49ers, you're going to have to be able to get stops on third downs and force Green Bay to punt the football. Now, Green Bay, another thing they have to be able to do is you're going to have to be able to stop this rushing attack of the 49ers. Nobody has really been able to do it all year. So if you're Green Bay, you need to stop this pass. You need to stop this rushing attack. This is a 49ers team that is one of the best running teams in all of football. Other than the Baltimore Ravens, nobody runs the football the way the Green Bay, nobody runs the football the way the 49ers, the Ravens, and the Tennessee Titans do. They put a strong emphasis around the football. But I think another thing that people need to realize is that Jimmy Garoppolo has been playing lights out over the last couple of months. Now, if you're a Green Bay Packers fan and you want to say that you're going to win this game because your defense is going to be able to get pressure on Jimmy Garoppolo, you're going to stop the run, and Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be able to pass on your secondary, I don't think that's necessarily true, because if you go back and you watch the last couple of games the 49ers have played, Jimmy Garoppolo has played lights out. He played really, really good. And it's still astonishing to me that people are still not giving Jimmy Garoppolo the credit he deserves. People are still calling him an average quarterback, and they still don't think that Jimmy Garoppolo can win the big games on the big stage, even though he's done it time in and time out throughout the season. He did it last week versus the Minnesota Vikings. So if you're a Green Bay Packers fan, you're coming into this narrative that you're going to win this game because if you stop the run, you're going to be able to win this game. I don't necessarily think that is the case, because the 49ers have proved over the last couple of weeks that this is not just a team that is reliant on the run games, unlike Green Bay. When Green Bay can't run the football, they lose their games. Go ahead and look it up. Green Bay doesn't have a great record when they get held less than 100 yards rushing. So the 49ers are a lot more balanced than what the Green Bay Packers are on the offensive side of the ball. I'm not saying that Green Bay can't throw the football. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying that the 49ers are a more balanced team on the offensive side of the ball. If the run game isn't going for the 49ers, they can have success throwing the football. I'm not saying Green Bay can't have success throwing the football. I'm just saying the last couple of Green Bay Packers games that I've watched, when they were unable to run the football, they had a lot of trouble winning games. So if you are the Green Bay Packers, your keys to this game should be getting pressure on Jimmy Garoppolo, because mostly all the teams that have played the 49ers have been unable to really get a lot of pressure on Jimmy Garoppolo because our offensive line has been rock solid. Another thing you have to be able to do is you have to be able to force turnovers. This is a 49ers team that at the beginning of the NFL season, they were turning the football over. Jimmy Garoppolo was playing a little bit average. He was a little bit turnover prone. Now, over the last couple of weeks, he's been a lot better. Hasn't really turned the football over that much. So, basically, if you're Green Bay, you're going to have to get some extra possessions to your offense. And also, if you're the 49ers, what you have to be able to do is you got to stop Green Bay when they get inside the red zone. Because, basically, when Green Bay gets inside the red zone, specifically when they get inside the 10, they're pretty much automatic. So if you're the 49ers, you got to be able to stop the run, and you got to be able to get key stops in the red zone, and also getting stops on third down. Now, I know third down, I know getting stops on third down is a little bit elementary. Everybody says that, everybody has to do it. But I mean, Green Bay is one of the best teams in the NFL on converting on third downs, and we saw that last week versus the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks had no answers for the Green Bay Packers defense or offense on third down. Now, when you get inside the red zone, if you're the 49ers, you got to be able to get stops there, because Green Bay has one of the best red zone offenses in the NFL. They can throw it to Jimmy Graham, they can throw it to Devontae Adams, or they can just run the football with Aaron Jones. Doesn't really make a difference. They're really hard to stop when they get inside the red zone. So if you're the 49ers, you got to be able to stop Green Bay when they get inside the red zone. So the team I'm taking to win this game, I'm taking the 49ers. I just think the 49ers are a better football team than the Green Bay Packers, and I think the 49ers are, without a doubt, the best team in the NFC. It's not just the fact that the 49ers are a better team than the Green Bay Packers talent-wise. I just think the 49ers are a better, well-coached football team than the Green Bay Packers. And, I mean, look, they pay attention to the small things, attention to details. They pay attention to everything. If you watch an interview from a San Francisco 49ers coach, assistant coach, or somebody on that 49ers coaching staff, they always talk about the attention to details. It's the little things. And for the 49ers, I think they should be able to win this game by more than one possession. I think the 49ers win this game 28-17 is my final score prediction for this game, because look, I just don't think the Green Bay Packers have enough depth and enough talent to be able to compete with this 49ers team and beat this 49ers team. And I mean, the 49ers have been all the best teams in the NFC, and I think Green Bay, although they will come out, they will make some adjustments. They won't get blown out like what they did the first time. Overall, I think the 49ers are just a more talented and better coached team than the Green Bay Packers. And if you don't want to say better coach, okay, even though the San Francisco 49ers has several coaches on their staff that will be nominated and probably will have head coaching gigs around this time next season. So this is a great coaching staff, and it is an overall great team. And I just think this 49ers team, they're better coach, and they have more talent than the Green Bay Packers. So I'm taking the 49ers to win this game. Let me know who you guys have win this game down in the comment section down below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content. And thanks for watching.